So quickly, I think some people might know, like if you read some textbooks about AI, always like there is a history. They mentioned about the history of AI. I think there is a 4 booms. So in nearly 70 years ago, there was a first boom, but it did not work well. Just it's kind of toy problem, and it did not practical. It's not practical. Just it's not practical. Then there is a second boom. Oh, I don't know. There's a second boom. It's called the expert system in the 1980s, because some company or like institution could use AI as an expert, but it costs a lot. So then the second boom disappeared, finished. That's it. Then the third boom is after the internet era. We could get a lot of data through the internet. Then big data comes. This is a new era. So we have a big data and also new algorithm, neural network. So like a current AI is imitate kind of like a brain network, like it's called a neural network. So this is a third era. So because to improve the quality of the AI, we need a good quality of the data. So that's why third boom is very important. However, this is not enough to come to the era of generative AI. So the last piece is deep learning. Deep learning was appeared. This is a Nobel Prize topic, like physics topics last year. So deep learning. So this is a key. Also, like this is the last piece to make ChatGPT or any generative AI work well. So I will explain. So deep learning is what is a deep learning. So just because I think I'm not an engineer, but I'm a practitioner. Also, you can just understand how it works. So my explanation is quite intuitive. So this is the difference between neural network and deep learning. So over like some people like explain, AI engineer explain how it works. So this is the input, data input, and also output. So I think that AI is just we input the data, then like after the like through the algorithm, like some outcome will appear. So there is a layers. So neural network is just there's a simple layer. But the deep learning is there's a multiple layer. It's more complicated, but this makes big differences. So thanks to this kind of multiple layer, we could use like the generative AI will work well. So this is the structure, the picture, big picture of like AI. Sorry. AI is the biggest category. So within AI, there is a machine learning. Then neural network is more narrow category. Then within neural network, multiple layer, current deep learning was appeared or like embed created. Then based on deep learning with generative model and also pre-trained. So like OpenAI, Google invest a lot of money to train the AI using deep learning model. Then we can now enjoy the use of generative AI. So this is a structure of or like relationship between AI, machine learning, neural network, and deep learning. So the thing is, what is machine learning and what is deep learning? So machine learning is actually used for forecasting or prediction. So machine learning can solve problem by having AI learn, or we need to input, or we need to let AI know what kind of data it is. So we need a huge amount of, I think, known data, or we need to put a label, like put the label, right? We need to know, you need to make AI know about the data set, like what kind of label. So this is a machine learning model. So there's an AI. Then we can train using known data or the data you have. Then you can educate AI under machine learning algorithm. Then we can predict when you handle unknown data, you can identify, or you can predict, or you can forecast, you can execute or generate something. But this is a machine learning. And maybe I think we go here. So this is my favorite explanation about the differences between machine learning and deep learning. So, for example, like we can take the picture of the cat. Right? We can take the picture of the cat. Then we can upload that picture into a generative AI or Gemini or ChatGPT or Claude. Then now they can understand, oh, this is a cat. Why? Because of the deep learning model. They are using deep learning model. What's the difference between machine learning and deep learning? In the case of machine learning, this is different from generative AI. In the case of machine learning, when AI identify this image of this creature, we need to put the label. Okay, this is the shape of the ear. It's triangle, looks like triangle. And then this kind of like a long thing, long. This is a tail. We need to put the label. Then there are some four, like a string. This is not a string. This is a four bears. We need to put the label. So for every single detail, we need to put the label. So then AI can understand, oh, this is a cat, right? But in the case of deep learning, we don't need to educate AI. AI can understand using a lot of data set. It's a pre-trained model. But based on the pre-trained model, they try to identify. This might be a cat based on their information. So, but we don't need some extra effort to educate AI. So we can save our time, right? So that's why generative AI is quite efficient. And also many people, even for me, I'm not an engineer, but even I'm an economist. Even economists can use AI for many purposes because of deep learning. We don't need the programming skills. So deep learning is actually used for many purposes, but this is just an example. Because now even for the free version of ChatGPT, they can have a human eye, an ear. So they can recognize the image. And also, even ChatGPT can translate, or like I can communicate, even for Gemini, Google Gemini. there is a speak, they can recognize my talk like a human. And also, like because of the natural language processing or a large language model, LLM, like Sony-san mentioned from APO mentioned. So we can use AI, generative AI, as a translation. And also, so we can use AI with our smartphone, right? So there's a camera. So it means like a camera can detect, for example, like please imagine. So I'm working in the manufacturing sector. So there's a production line. There's some like error, right? Then this camera can detect the error, right? Then this is the kind of like auto anomaly detection. Like this is a production in the production line. In the past, maybe like a human can pick up the error, But now, so AI can work as a human instead of a human eye. So even they can work for 24/7 without any rest. So that's also like this is also improve the production line, like productivity at the manufacturing sectors. And also this is maybe like we know like also driving like some modern like latest model. So there is also driving like a Tesla or like driving, and also automatic translation. So medical diagnosis support. This is also the one a good example we can understand, because in the past for the cancer detection it takes time, and also there's a specialist to detect. There's a maybe like 50% for example, like after scanning, like after MRT. So like a doctor might say, "Oh, Akira, unfortunately, you have maybe like 30% of the cancer, like a probability of having a cancer. Maybe you need a more special like a medical checkup." But now AI, a lot of like 2 million or more than that, like 2 million, 3 million, like scanned photo input into the AI. So that's like accuracy is much higher than the trained personnel, medical personnel. So also like it faster. So we can easily we can quickly get the result. So that's, I think it's also save our life, right? So like decision making is also much faster and also with more accuracy. And also like if some in some thread spaces, if there is some personnel who manage like industry, so maybe they might some errors. But I think if we can be automated, so AI can handle like inventory management. So that is also this. Then now we are reaching to the current era. So this now we are in the after the post boom, AI boom. So now we are enjoying generative AI. But actually, like now maybe if you are using ChatGPT, maybe you might be using 4 or model or 4.5, or maybe you might be using O model or 3. I think I will explain later. GPT and O model is different. You need to understand for your purposes, we need to change the model. Sometimes maybe if you don't understand the differences between the model, maybe just you might think, okay, like just to stick to the latest model. But it's not so simple. Just mainly, just please remember, there is all series, and also GPT. There is 2 different models. They are different. I will explain. So this is the GPT, popular GPT series. So it started from 7 years ago. Then 1, version 2, 3, then 3.5. This become a ChatGPT. So that's why I think this become famous, very famous. Then there's a minor update. Then now we have, I think for free version, you are using 4.0 or 4 mini, or latest version is 4.5. It's a preview version. Anyway, so still, also I'm also often use 4.0. You can use even with a free account. What is GPT? This is very important actually, because I think we need to understand the difference between all model, all series, O1, O3. We have a model. And also there's a GPT. GPT means generative pre-trained transformer. This is generative, it's just simply we can generate text, image, and the sound, also like a movie. Pre-trained is there's investment by Google, also OpenAI, also Anthropic or any other like a big tech. Then transformer is the one technology of deep learning. Just as simply a part of deep learning technology. So just it's also like generate the GPT is AI who generate text, image, also sound or audio, so movie based on pre-trained data using deep learning. So that we don't need to put every single detail to let them know about the data. They can understand. But at least we need to add the new data. So if you like. Okay, oh, it works. So GPT generative pre-trained transformer, it's also using for large language model. So I think I said like in the morning, OpenAI, after launching the ChatGPT in 2000, I think last year, they quickly came to the Japanese market and the Korean market because for training, because they need training data. Then I think like Japanese government is also very flexible, actually generous, or maybe they don't have any policy. So that's why I think they say like, okay, please enjoy the Japanese data. It's called, I think our data is used as a sandbox to improve the ChatGPT. But also there is a local model. I think that now OpenAI, also Google, actually put the priority on the local data. Also like Philippines, Thai, they are also like, learning. AI is also educated using the local language model. So that's, I think, the quality is improving. But however, still, generative AI was pre-trained mainly using English languages. So that's why I think if we compare, because I always comparing like using the same meaning, like a prompt, like a communication tool, I communicate with English and also Japanese and also any other language. So I asked my Korean friend to communicate in Korean. So we compare, actually different. So that's, I think, mainly I'm communicating with my assistant, AI, generative AI in English. So that's, I think you have an advantage definitely in Asian countries. So that's why I think you can enjoy. So at this moment, still there is a differences between like local, communicate with local languages and also communicate in English languages. So that's, I think you can enjoy your advantage at this moment. But I think this advantage might disappear soon. Then Google Gemini, Microsoft Copilot are also like, I think, maybe different performance, but I think still, if you like a Google Gemini or also Microsoft Copilot, you can stick to that. So just I I think still you can say do the same thing. But I think at this moment I stick to OpenAI GPT because I think for a long time I'm comparing the different model. First, like Google, I started with Google Bard, and also I switched to Microsoft Copilot. Then I moved to the OpenAI ChatGPT. Then I think mainly I'm stick to, but I compare. I have all different accounts, but I think mainly I'm working with ChatGPT. So if you decide, if you want to select one, I think at this moment I recommend ChatGPT. ChatGPT at this moment because I'm comparing. I continue to compare, but I think they are competing each other. So I don't know. Just I say at this moment. So just simply because I have too many slides, right? So I don't go the detail, but you can enjoy, you can share, or you can use for your own purposes. So just I have a summary. There's a generative AI for text generation. ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, Llama, or Meta. Now Meta AI, right? And also image generation. So in the morning, we have a demonstration with DALI. So OpenAI developed the DALI, I think named after Salvador Dali. But now the DALI 3, DALLE, please pronounce DALI 3. And also now it's very powerful actually. So I said to the participant, so I'm creating the every day I'm writing the book now, a draft, of course draft. Also like I'm also developing the economic textbook and also novel, also mystery novel, also fantasy book for educational purposes. So I'm developing some fantasy book to educate the young high school student to explain about the economic, not economics, but some society, so or entrepreneurship. So I'm using DALI 3 for fantasy to create a fantasy image. But 3 months ago, it was quite difficult to keep the same character. But now we can, once we create some fantasy character or some character, we can keep the same character figure. Then we can create because I have a text, right? So then just I explain about the thing. Then please create this like a fantasy image of this episode. Then we can keep the same character now. Of course, we need to let them know, AI know, oh, I like to stick to this character. Actually, we can keep the same character. It's easy to do. I think just from April, I think last month, we could do it. So the Google, so you can also use Google Midjourney Stability AI anyway. Then if you want to create a short movie, also like sometimes to entertain, I use Solar. Also, you can use Solar. With ChatGPT account, you can use Solar. Then there's also image generation. Sorry, movie generation. And also also I can maybe, if I have time, maybe after the break, after the coffee break, maybe I prepare for some demonstration, maybe to attract. But I think mainly because you are official, so just not I don't need to maybe entertain, maybe more policy making or maybe more practical use, productive use for your business. So just maybe after the break, just to to entertain, maybe just for the short period of time, maybe I might maybe demonstrate one of them. Also, if you have a so if you want to become a musical composer, you can create the Microsoft Value Music, but also there's a Snow. Snow. I think I might use Snow for my. I also might planning to create a game, right? So game might be many items. We need a text, image, and also like a programming, and also music, everything. So I think if we have different assistant, programmer, illustrator, like scenario writer, so I think I can become a game designer. But I think I'm stick to the education now. So anyway, so that's I'm so excited now. So I have many things to do now. So then also slide generation. That might be also like now it's getting popular now. Also, like I try to demonstrate Google Notebook LM. I think many people might not be using, but it's free. For example, I think I will demonstrate. For example, I have a presentation slides now, right? Today, day one. So if you have a Google account, just you can find the Google Notebook LM. We need to upload our slide. Then there is the audio generation. Then so like as if two AI native speakers start talking each other about your presentation. You can also easily create the news media. So also like maybe if even I have time, I can also demonstrate. But also you can. I have a lot of appendix for you, so you can see how it works. Then programming. I think there may be a tech people here. I heard. So if you are tech people or programmers, please please say like also in the morning I said in the States now that 90% of just the programmer have no job. But I think the thing is we need a goal, like what kind of outcome or like products you want to develop, game or policy or document or entertainment, also like presentation and also data analysis. Anything is fine, but I think just if you work only for programming, programming work, just to construct, then just transfer from A to B, that kind of job disappears. So that's, I think, it's important. Programming, I think programming skill is very important. So I just say also to my student, just you please seriously think about what kind of like outcome you want to get based on AI, also skills. Because just AI is a tool, right? Tool. So with that tool, so like there we have a scissors. So if we are showing the scissors, we cannot create anything. But if you can cut or like create something new or something innovative, something imaginative, so that kind of like a product is awesome, right? So that I think with that tool, what do you want to get? What do you want to generate? That is very important. And also 3D modeling, maybe some. I'm not familiar with that kind of 3D modeling. Like my student like want to become a like VTuber or like young people. And also 3D modeling is some people want to do. And also now it's getting cheaper to create a 3D modeling. Maybe like some figure or maybe I'm not found that. But anyway, so 3D modeling is also it's easier to do. So anyway, so there are many applications now. So that's why not only text generation, but also image or film, but also maybe we can combine together. Now,